This is probably the finest dust we've ever been on. It's finer than anything I can remember. I mean, this is bull dust at its best. We're on the Grand Central Road and we've just crossed back into WA, and dust is incredible. I mean, don't get me wrong, we've been on really, really dusty tracks. This seems next level. So I think why I feel the dust is next level, I mean, it's really, really fine. I'm wondering if it's to do with the weather. I mean, it's 35 degrees out there at the moment, late afternoon, and I think when we were coming east, travelling east, the temperatures were a lot lower. So I'm wondering whether the more hotter it is, the finer the dust. But so as we head along the Great Central Road, we're heading for this Roadhouse. I'll get into the pronunciation later. I don't really know what to expect when we get there, but we're hoping to stay for a few nights because Lindy's got a lot of work to catch up on, and I'll see you when we get there. Well, they know how to pronounce it in here. There's actually a sign telling you how to pronounce it. Let's go and have a look. So the campsite at the Roadhouse, you're coming through the gates you can see behind me, and it's really lovely. You've got an air-conditioned room here where you can just sit and, well, let me show you inside. I mean, look at this. Look at all this. You can just come in here, TV, eat something, fridge, microwave, and it's all yours if you want to camp here. It's currently $40 a night, powered or unpowered. You got toilet block up there. Place is fabulous. Look at the area. And then look here. Camper. Look how wonderful this place is. Don't be put off by the generator. As soon as you get your head down, don't hear it anymore. Over here are cabins where you can stay. If you don't want to stay in your tent or your four-wheel drive, or you haven't got anything, which I wouldn't think you would come out this remote without anything, but just to chill out, have something different. You've got beautiful cabins here. Haven't stayed in myself, but I was talking to a gent and his wife. He loved it. He said it was perfect. So I'm going to walk from the Roadhouse, and I'm going to find a place called the Zoo. It's animals carved into rock, apparently. You know, Australia never ceases to amaze me. What a beautiful country. What an absolutely beautiful country. I feel so liberated out here. Anyway, onwards and upwards. Let's get to the zoo. The zoo. Look at that. the zoo this way. Well, who remembers this? Datsun. Look at that, Datsun. Well, I remember Datsun very well. I'm old enough. It actually says Nissan on the dash, so perhaps it was, and it's a Nissan on the engine. Perhaps it was in that phase of changing over from Datsun to Nissan. A Datsun Patrol. None of you youngsters would understand Datsun, I doubt it. But in 1976, my dad bought a brand new car, a Datsun Cherry, and we only had it probably 2 months because he bought a 2-door and really wanted a 4-door. Oh, we needed a 4-door. I mean, there was me and my sister. And I think that was a bit of an oversight when he bought it. But the yellow Datsun Cherry, P registered in the United Kingdom. I remember that car. I remember the smell of it. I remember everything. 1976. And here we are in 2025. Going to the zoo. So I'm thinking this around the corner is going to be the zoo. Well, I'm not sure. Are these the animals carved into the rock down here? Should make our way down and see, because I am definitely not seeing anything. I'm a bit like that though. So that could be legs. I don't know what to say. Apart from I admire the beauty of the landscape, I'm sorry, I must be missing something. Is that an elephant? I mean, am I trying to make things up now? It looks a bit elephant-ish. Maybe I'm looking for things that are not there. No, it definitely looks a bit elephanty. But where's the rest? Oh well. Goodbye to the zoo. Well, look, I'm not going to say I'm disappointed, because I'm not disappointed. It's very beautiful out here. It's very remote, very hot. Oh, my water's gone. Didn't bring enough, did I? Stupid Englishman. My water ran out, as I said, about 5 minutes ago, and already I'm starting to dry up in my mouth. It's not really to be taken lightly, the Australian Outback. I'm glad I'm only hundreds of meters away from the Roadhouse. and not hundreds of kilometers. Because that would be the last of me, probably. Come up with more water. The flies are starting to play up a bit now. I don't mind. They're only looking for water. That's why they go for your eyes and your mouth. Anywhere they can get a bit of moisture. It's just what they do, I suppose. Sometimes they get a bit too much and you have to put a fly net on then. They just get too much. But they're not that bad out here. And probably because there's no water. I don't know that. I don't know why they're not. Another YouTuber once said it was to do with if you get cattle around, you get more flies. Well, there's no cattle out here because there is no water, the same as there's no kangaroos out here because there is no water. The only animals you're going to find out here are camels, and there's a few of them. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to get any of them on camera because they've always been, as we're driving down, they've been in the bush a bit and it just hasn't worked out. I know some people have managed to catch them in the middle of the road. I think we know who that belongs to. So that couple of jerry cans, which I've removed from the roof and stored inside the FJ, because you're not allowed to, well, if you do have them on display, they'll probably go missing. They're premium fuel in them, and I've been through that two tanks of Opal now, so I'm going to pull the premium in my fuel tank to mix the Opal with a bit of premium. So the reason I'm doing this now is I have plenty of fuel to get to Laverton, and after putting the jerry cans in, I'll get to Leonora. Don't really need any spare fuel now. However, that's controversial because you should really carry a spare bit in case you get a hole in your tank. But I'm going to put the jerry cans in and trust I don't get a hole in the tank. So like I said, this is premium fuel now. It'll mix with the Opal and give a bit better quality. I didn't really feel any performance difference with the Opal, but I wasn't going as far. Went up from like 17-18 litres per 100k to 22 litres per 100k running on the Opal. Now it's recognised that Opal doesn't give you the good mileage that you're normally used to, but surely not that bad. So now I've emptied these 2 jerry cans into the tank and they're empty. I'm going to put them back up on the roof now. Now, even though they're in sight and you're supposed to keep them out of sight, I'm not stopping when we drive through the next community, so it doesn't make any difference. Now with them securely on, we can go. So just behind the Tjukayirla Roadhouse is a place where all the broken down cars are bought, I guess, along the highway and dumped. I don't suppose it's worth taking them any further. I mean, what do you do? I mean, we're really remote here. Anyway, let's have a look at them. Look. You know, all these cars have stories. You know, there was a time where there was a person or persons that went to pick up their brand new car from the showroom and were so proud the day they bought their car. And they could not have predicted this, really, could you? Driving your brand new car from the showroom. You couldn't predict that one day this will be your pride and joy's fate. I mean, I don't suppose you care when you sell it on, but some of these people have broken down in these cars along the way, and it's been uneconomical for them to have it recovered. And in fact, that one looks like it's been crashed, because there's a few crashes along this Grand Central, I keep saying Great Central Road. But I think a lot of this damage is caused by the way they're picked up, maybe, and chucked on the back of the flatbed to be bought here, maybe by a claw or something, I don't know. Fascinating though. Back in, I would guess, late 2002. That was my favourite shaped Commodore. And it came out at the same time as the AU Falcon. I remember that because I used to follow Craig Lowndes in his green-eyed monster in the V8 supercars. Oh, wasn't that fantastic back then? After 5 nights here, we leave Tjukayirla. If you do come here, pop in the Roadhouse and check out their chips. I had them many times. Superb. Okay, so we're all packed up, all connected up, all ready to leave Tjukayirla. Have a little look around, and I think we're all good.